Okay, let's move into the second half of the matchups. We have Juventus against Porto. I don't follow Porto that much, but I know I'm favoring Juventus in this matchup. Julian, what do you got?
I think I got to go Juve here because they got Ronaldo. This is going to be the fourth decade of of goalkeeping for Champions League goalkeeping for Buffon. Um, and they look like a stronger team. Again, I'm not again I don't follow Porto super in depth, but people are saying that they are someone to be afraid of, sure, and they're definitely not the weakest team in this round of 16. But I think Juve is again, they're the ones who have the match in hand, and they can stand to lose it. But most people are going to be expecting them to win, I should think.
Yeah, Ahmed.
I think Ronaldo should get a hat trick here. In at least one of the games. He's been on fire this season. For Juventus, and I definitely think they're gonna run away with it.
Yeah, and Amir.
Yeah, I think that this is probably the worst Juventus team that I've seen in my entire lifetime. Take away Ronaldo, they're probably not even getting out the group stage.
Wow.
Even against the game in Barcelona where they won, against a sorry Barcelona as well, they were horrendous. Juventus were playing really bad soccer right now. But that being said, they do have Ronaldo, and I think that's going to be just enough to get rid of Porto. But no matter who they draw next round, I think they're out.
Yeah. And actually, that does bring to mind something that, again, Ahmed mentioned, January transfer windows. Juventus management did say that they are not ruling out using Ronaldo to free up cap if they want to bring in other players. And I know there are rumors of a swap for Pogba at United. And I think, if something like that were to happen, right, if Ronaldo leaves, I think maybe this game flips to go to Porto.
I think it was a trade Dybala for Pogba, which I don't know how Juventus would want to do that.
But yeah, I know that if, but again, same thing, that if Ronaldo ends up not on the Juve squad come February, this game gets a lot closer for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Juventus right now barely top 4 in Serie A. So that's definitely something to watch, especially second round.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Barcelona, PSG. This is a pretty blockbuster matchup, I guess. Back in the day it was. I don't know how much now, but Julian, who you got?
This one I kind of was thinking, because again, so much could happen with these two rosters as well come January. Because I know that there were talks of Neymar falling out of love with PSG. There were talks of Messi falling out of love with Barcelona. There are talks that they might end up on the same roster somewhere as well come next year. So there's so much that can happen. And I think, but with the rosters the way they are now, I think it's a coin flip. I think you can choose either team when you look at their form and you look at how they've been playing in their own leagues. Again, neither team really playing up to their peak, I would say. So I'm just gonna, go say that there's no other French teams in the draw. Let's go PSG, put them through, right?
Yeah, that's very fair. Ahmed.
Like Amir said, it is a very sorry Barca. You hate to see it, really, and they're facing some injuries right now, but I'm sure they'll have PK, Ansu Fati, Dembele, and Sergio Roberto all by January. Maybe Fati a little bit by February, so that one's the only. But everybody else should be back. But on the other side, you also have Neymar coming back, Marquinhos, Icardi. So Sarabia. It's just going to be really interesting to see. How these injuries roll out, and it's still not over. When play returns in January, because they've both been handling these injuries. And I don't know, Barca, they're very sorry. I hate to see it, but I do think it's going to be PSG going away with this one. It's going to be close, but not as close as Chelsea Atletico.
Yeah, and both teams, we're so used to seeing them be dominant in their respective leagues. And this year, I don't know if we'll get that repeat of the 5-1 comeback in the second leg a couple years back.
That
But
was with MSN
Messi,
though. You have to
Neymar, as
think.
long as they're both there,
Yeah.
it'll be entertaining for people.
What are your
Emir?
thoughts?
Yeah. Like I said, a very sorry Barca. Messi can only do so much, and he doesn't even want to be there. I've been watching some La Liga games this year, and it's Messi. Messi kind of like he was kind of motivated in the beginning. You could see in his play he wanted to move forward, but then as time goes on, everybody just looks for Messi, and every ball that they want to pass to is to Messi, so he can create something. But he just can't do everything. With Ansu Fati, at least he had some goals coming from him. But I mean, Griezmann has been a disaster. Dembele has been kind of a disaster. I want to give him some more time because I like Dembele, and he's young. Ansu Fati has been amazing when he plays. Ronald Koeman has been an absolute disaster. I feel he's not made enough signings. He's not made enough adjustments to the squad even after they're playing so terribly. He still insists on playing Busquets and Sergio Roberto, and even PK when he's good, he gets minutes. I think those guys, their time is up. I think they should leave. Oh, not Dani Alves, Jordi Alba as well. I think they've got to go. It's finished. That era is done. Just living in the glory days still with that. I would sell the entire team except for Messi and Fati, but I would sell Messi because he just doesn't want to be there as well. And I'm not going to keep him around for rebuilding and having that salary on our cap. So much wrong with Barcelona right now. I think that Ter Stegen, I'd keep him as well. He's the only thing that's keeping him out of the relegation zone right now. So I'm giving it to PSG. I don't know how severe that Neymar injury is. Ahmed, you said he's going to be back by February.
He should be back by January for sure.
I think they said that originally they thought he had broken his ankle, but apparently after a trip to the hospital, it's not that bad. I think they're expecting him to come either.
Just a sprain. Just a sprain.
Yeah, just a sprain. So it should be either end of this month or beginning of January.
All right. Well, regardless, I think even if Neymar was hurt for February, they're still getting through this bad Barca team. Even PSG is bad, to be honest, this year.
Yeah, they're third right now in their league.
Yeah,
behind La Liga
and I would say La Liga is probably. I think La Liga is definitely better than League One too.
And Barca's 3 points away from relegation.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, I got PSG winning as well. Let's move into the next matchup. We got Sevilla going against Dortmund. Both teams are fifth in their respective leagues. Julian, who do you see winning?
I have to say Dortmund because Dortmund is my favorite Bundesliga team. So I have to. But again, Dortmund, they've been playing pretty good in Champions League, but they've not looked so good in Bundesliga at all. They've just fired their manager, I think, like either a day or two ago. So they're going to have to be adjusting to an interim coach for the next couple of months. They're not sure what the future is going to look like for lineup as well, because they're thinking of offloading some players, bringing in some new talent, because, again, they have that fabulous academy. But really the performance hasn't been there, especially in Bundesliga. They dropped points yesterday to a team that they really shouldn't have. Their play looks a little bit sloppy. You're not seeing those sort of sparks of brilliance that you're used to seeing from Dortmund, where they just sort of like create something out of nothing and a ball ends up in the back of the net. But really, that isn't happening right now. It's a lot of just players looking slow, looking a little bit upset. Like, I don't want to say upset with each other, but there isn't that connection that you expect to see from German sides in general, and especially a side like Dortmund as well. So I think, but despite all that, I think it's very real that Sevilla could win this game. But despite all that, I still have to support Dortmund. I have to. I'm obligated to. So I have them going through as well.
Yeah, Ahmed.
I also do have them going through, but I think this is pretty close. I think, with the interim coach thing, I do, for some reason, I notice that teams always play better when they fire their coach and get an interim coach, like most of the time. For some reason, it just this pressure is lifted off. and they're able to play their football. And I think Hound will be coming back soon. I think he's like a very important point of their play where he's always that scorer at the end of their chances, and so I think they're missing him for sure, and he'll be back by January, and also Hazard as well. So versus the Sevilla side, which has been doing okay in Europe and okay in La Liga, we'll see what happens, but I do hope that Dortmund are the favorites here, but you just never know.
Yeah, Amir, any chance Sevilla can pull this off?
I think it's extremely close. I think this might be, if it's not between what did we say before?
Chelsea and Atletico.
Chelsea and Atletico, this is probably the closest match. But Chelsea and Atletico, that's a Champions League match. This feels like a Europa League final with Dortmund and Sevilla.
Yeah.
So both are pretty above average, but really close to average. So I do have Dortmund going through, but it's like almost 50-50. It's 55-45 towards Dortmund. Not much to say.
Yeah.
I think for sure, if I wasn't a Dortmund fan, this would be the match I cared the least about.
Yeah.
If this was Europa League, Sevilla would probably go through just because they're the kings of Europa.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Without further ado, let's get on to the last matchup. We got Real Madrid against Atalanta. People have some differing opinions about this one. Julian, you want to go first with your pick?
Yeah. God, I love an underdog, but I think I have to go Real Madrid, just because I know what's coming. But but yeah, I think I'm gonna go Real Madrid. They've got the I don't want to say that they go with they've got the Champions League experience, but they Atalanta does too, but Real Madrid has more of it. They're playing okay right now. They look okay. Yeah, not much to say. I think they go through.
Yeah, I do as well. Ahmed.
I also think it's probably going to be Real Madrid. They've been playing all right. Atalanta on the other hand, they're like 8th in Calcio, so I don't really see them. The thing is, Real Madrid they somehow get upset sometimes, where teams like Club Brugge or something will be able to get just some mistake or something in the back, and I could definitely see like Gomez and Zapata doing something in the back and making trouble. But I think it's going to be Real Madrid with this one.
All right, and Amir, tell us why you think Atalanta can pull off the upset.
Wow,
Atalanta will pull off the upset. Real Madrid have been absolute shite in Champions League. Average in La Liga. Champions League, they were looking like they were going to the Europa League, and if not Europa League, they were looking like they were going to be eliminated altogether from Europe until the last day where they saved themselves. They're just lucky that Inter Milan have been disgusting in Champions League. So if Inter Milan got some points from a team like Shakhtar on the last day, then this would be a different story. But Real Madrid did save themselves, but I think their luck has run out. Atalanta are a side you do not mess with. Again, semi-finalists last year in the Champions League. Again, Champions League wasn't like as competitive last year with all the COVID stuff, and it was all up in the air. But still, either way, because it's not easy to make it in a Champions League final or a semi-final, regardless of the circumstances. Atalanta will pull off the upset. They haven't lost any of their big players from last year. And in fact, they've gained Ilicic back, who wasn't playing in the semi-final last year. So I do have Atalanta finally ending Real Madrid's luck in Champions League this year.
I guess you could say ending their reign of mediocrity.
Yeah. And they lost to Shakhtar Donetsk twice in their group. Twice
that
they
is
have
true.
been
That is
dominated
true.
by Shakhtar Donetsk. They've dropped points against Mönchengladbach, and they somehow beat Inter Milan out of all those teams both times. They have 8 points in their group, and 6 of them came from Inter Milan. none have come from Shakhtar, and they drew Mönchengladbach twice, was it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So actually, they had 9 points, one draw.
Or hang
I don't
on,
know.
wait.
They had 8 or 9. But they
Either
dropped
way.
point. They lost 6 points to Shakhtar. That's my biggest point here.
Shakhtar had 8 points. Madrid has 10, and Mönchengladbach has
So they beat
8 as
Mönchengladbach
well.
once. Yeah, so they beat Mönchengladbach and they drew Mönchengladbach once.
Okay, yeah.
They would have went through if, their goal difference wasn't negative, but yeah.
Yeah.
Negative goal difference, and you're top of your group with a negative goal. Come on, son.
No. Shakhtar is negative.
No, Shakhtar is negative.
That's how shite that group is. Mönchengladbach, they got battered by Shakhtar like 8-1.
Yeah.
Come on, son. If you're letting Shakhtar dominate the group like that and not even get out, how did they not get out of the group with 9 points? 9 points off that.
And it's interesting because going in, that was supposed to be an exciting group, right? And then it just wasn't.
I mean, I kind of look 10 points.
It still was exciting because everybody was beating each other, but you don't expect Real Madrid.
8 points.
It should have been somebody fighting for second. It should have been somebody fighting for second, not Real Madrid going from fourth in the group to first on the last day.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, that's why it was exciting.
I suppose, yeah. Hopefully, I'm picking Real Madrid because I think if that scared them enough, I think they can at least try and get into shape as we expect them to.
Recently, I'm looking how they beat Atletico, they beat Mönchengladbach, and they beat Sevilla. So that's what I was looking at.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, everything could change. Everything could change in January. Zidane might come up with a few signings. He could see that they're struggling. So he might come up with a few signings. All these teams could sign somebody, 1 or 2 players here that could change all of our predictions. But as of right now, Atalanta will beat Real Madrid.
Okay.
All right, we'll see.
So we got a couple upset picks then.
Yeah.
But for the most part.
That's what makes this interesting,
Yeah. Everything could change, If suddenly Messi ends up on PSG with Neymar and that game's a wash,
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think there's going to be any blockbuster trades this January.
You don't think?
Yeah, I mean, except maybe that I don't know, because January is always boring. It's always like just the teams that need it, like Liverpool right now. They definitely, need someone in the back.
A lot of clubs have been struggling financially with this revenue from COVID. They're not getting too many ticket sales. They're just starting to get some fans in the stadiums. But Barcelona's main reason why they have been struggling is because they can't afford too much right now. I mean, they barely kept Messi, and he's on a lucrative contract. So, Real Madrid are playing in their B team stadium.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, so far in the Champions League, at least I don't know about La Liga. I think they've been there La Liga as well, with no fans in their B League, probably to save power or something. I don't even know, but
the electric bill's too high.
Maintenance, groundsmen, you got to pay all those people to take care of the Bernabeu, the big stadium. So who knows?
If you like this video, consider checking out part 1 of our UEFA Champions League draw reactions, and consider subscribing to our channel M2M Coverage for more sports content.